Hello Rebel Army. Hope you have felt the glory of Avenger Endgame, and if you have seen this, there must be a common questions that how Captain America can lift Thor hammer. Now this is the same thing repeated by Captain Steve Rogers in an Endgame battle with the Thanos. He is not only using and striking by the hammer, he is striking the thunder shots by hammer, just like the Thor. In this battle, Thanos did brutal destruction. He was almost about to kill Thor by his own weapon, Stormbreaker, just like Thor did with him in the Avenger Infinity War. But at that moment, a flying Mjolnir, aka Thor hammer, come and save him. But this time, this hammer is not handled by Thor. This is a throw by a Steve Rogers, aka the Captain America, and immediately Thor said that I knew this. Now, as we all have informations about Thor hammer, that if you want to lift the Mjolnir, you must have to be worthy by your own self. So the question is that how Captain America proved worthy himself. Now, before we prove the worthiness of Captain America, just go back to the history and check some fact about the Mjolnir. Mjolnir first time introduced in a MCU in year 2011, Thor first. Now in that film, in the starting of that film, Thor is a self-centered, arrogant, a brutal jerkish god who loves his own glory instead of worry about his own Asgardian. So Odin decided to keep his all power and chant on the Mjolnir. Now what was that chant? Whosoever hold this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. Now for the simplicity, if we break down this chanting in a two-part, then the first part is says that it is necessary to be a worthy for lifting Mjolnir. Now the second part is says that whosoever will lift that Mjolnir will automatically get the power of Thor. Now this is the same thing repeated by Captain Steve Rogers in an Endgame battle with the Thanos. He is not only using and striking by the hammer, he is striking the thunder shots by that hammer, just like the Thor. Now this is not the first time Captain Steve Rogers has a lift Thor hammer, but in a Marvel comic there is a multiple occasions in which Steve Rogers has a lift Thor hammer and a help Thor. In a 1988 Mighty Thor issue 319, Captain Steve Rogers has a first time lift Thor hammer. In that issue, Steve Rogers is not called by a Steve Rogers cap. He's just about the captain because it's about something like a civil war situation in MCU. Government has kept his shield, and they probably pose that this is the government property, you cannot use it. And just like a Black Panther did a new shield in Infinity War, Black Panther has given him a new shield, and there is an identity crisis for the Captain America, and that must be a situations like Endgame. Thor was in a trouble with the fighting with the set minions, and that times Captain lift the hammer and help Thor. After that, they have shared the secret of this bond together. Another issue when Captain proved himself worthy in a Fear Itself 7, as when Odin's brother Serpent attacks and there must be need a backup. Then Steve Rogers stood by himself in 2006. Age of Apocycle, Captain did exactly the same what he did in the Endgame. Now this is the references when Steve Rogers has lift Mjolnir, but how can we say that he is a worthy? What is the definition of a worthy according to MCU? For that, we need to more research about it and just conclude the more facts. The more fact is that who has lift Thor hammer instead of Steve Rogers, so we can combine the common points and conclude our conclusion. If we see the MCU, then if we found that there is only one guy who has lift Thor hammer successfully instead of a cap, it's a Android Vision. Now the quality of vision is he's so innocent, nothing to hide with anyone. His heart is so pure, and in Infinity War he don't care about himself. He just sacrificed for the saving war. Now, according to me, the definition of a worthiness is a pure heart, brave, selfless, and ready to survive in any situation. Doesn't care about himself. Like a cave walking on that, doesn't care about the result. And if you see this quality, Captain America has this all the quality. Now the question arises that in Age of Ultron, when all superheroes try to lift their Thor hammer, but Captain America also fail. What is the reason behind it? There is a many theories that give the justifications about why Cap is failed to lift Thor hammer, but we're gonna see two main popular fan theories. In the Winter Soldier, Captain America got informations that Bucky Barnes is alive by the AI of Zola, and Cap knows that the Bucky Barnes has killed Tony Stark's parents, but he kept hide this secret with the Tony. He doesn't tell this secret, so these things makes him unworthy at that time. If I define the second theory in a two word, that gives me a modesty and true respect. Now in Age of Ultron, according to the second theory, which I believe this theory is an excellent fit and to the character of the Captain America. So this theory says that when Cap is about to lift hammer, he just see Thor expressions, and Thor is about to, in a shock that how Cap can wobble the Mjolnir, and Cap just keep it. It is it because he doesn't want to look down his fellow. He gives him a true respect. This is it guys for this video. Just let me know your thoughts about Captain America worthiness. What do you think, which is the other character can lift a hammer instead of Captain America? Till then, have a peace.